before COVID hit, I think there are a lot of similarities between the housing market then and now. Homes are selling really quickly. It's hard to find listings, and a lot of agents are making some really good money. Having 2019 was a great year for a lot of agents in this market, and so not that you can change anything about where you are right now, but then the current environment we're in, something is going to happen again in 5 or 10 years. There'll be another recession or something that will affect our business. It took us a really long time to climb out of the last housing recession, but that's because mainly it was created by the housing market. The current challenges in the economy we're experiencing now were in fact not created by the housing market or the lending market, but it has had an impact socially on our business, which affects us financially. So as it's hard to believe we're only halfway through the year. What a year, my goodness. We're halfway through the year. It's a great time to take a step back and see, where am I based on where I thought I would be? And can I make a few changes or tweaks for the next 6 months to prepare me to have a great year in 2021? This year's not over yet, but y'all know how real estate works. Is it takes a few months for changes to be realized in your business once you decide to make them. And I love the examples Larry used about half of your pay raise. Keep half, invest the other half. At Bickerstaff, Parham, we've always been a believer that you need to be investing in real estate too. Buying property to rent out and manage. Maybe it's renting out, buying a new home and keeping your current one and renting that out. We have a strong rental market here, and I think we will for a while, as long as Fort Benning maintains its numbers of enlisted soldiers. So the great thing about Columbus is it's generally pretty stable. We don't have a lot of peaks. We don't have a lot of valleys. So our economy doesn't experience a lot of depreciation or appreciation. It's hard to have both, right? Only get appreciation, no depreciation. But I do remember that in the early 2000s that homes didn't increase as much as they did in other markets where I had a lot of friends. And, I have a lot of friends in Atlanta. They bought a house for $400,000 back in, 2014, 15. That house is now worth $650, $700, which is just it's crazy. We've never experienced that kind of market. So I say that meaning the cost of living in Columbus doesn't change very much. This is a very affordable market to live in. So as you start making more money in your career, or even maybe as your spouse or significant other, their income starts to increase, get together and decide how are you going to make the best financial decisions and practice financial intelligence. I made some changes a long time ago, and it's nice to have options, even if you only have $5,000 available for investments during this market. That's better than needing to sell something to get $5,000 to pay your bills. And when the market does turn, if your only asset is your primary residence and you're unable to get equity out of that, that may not be the best savings or investment plan. So even if it's just putting a little bit away of each paycheck into a separate account for savings, I'm not going to give all strategies, but there's tons of experts out there. I know several agents here have practiced Dave Ramsey and have gotten down to, eliminated all their debt, that is remarkable. That is life-changing. So these things can be done, but just take little bites at a time. That's why I want to share the Larry Kendall, Creating Financial Peace of Mind, because right now, peace of mind is priceless. I mean, it really is. To be able to afford to have peace of mind in our current environment, you really can't put a price on that.